Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The D.C. statehood bill is clearly constitutional. As leading constitutional scholars said in a letter to Congress, and I'm quoting, "There is no constitutional barrier to passing the bill." In the 116th and 117th Congresses, the House passed the D.C. statehood bill. This Congress, the bill has 193 co-sponsors in the House and 45 in the Senate. The bill would admit the state of Washington Douglass Commonwealth and reduce the size of the federal district, also known as the District of Columbia. The state would consist of 66 of the 68 miles of the current federal district, and the reduced federal district, over which Congress would retain plenary authority, would consist of the other 2 square miles. There is no precedent for Congress admitting new states and reducing the size. There is precedent for Congress admitting new states and reducing the size of the federal district. The Constitution's admissions clause gives Congress the power to admit new states. Congress has admitted all 37 new states into the Union by simple legislation since the original 13 states. The Constitution's district clause gives Congress plenary authority over the federal district. Congress used this authority to reduce the size of the federal district by 30% in 1846. Not only is the D.C. statehood bill constitutional, the state of Washington Douglass Commonwealth would meet the 3 traditional criteria Congress has used in evaluating prospective states, namely support for statehood, commitment to democracy, and sufficient population and resources. In particular, in 2016, 86% of D.C. residents voted for statehood. Ms. Weiser, why do you think D.C. residents overwhelmingly support statehood?
Thank you very much for your question. D.C. residents, like all citizens, desire and deserve political self-determination, a say over what happens in their community, and a voice in the national government over what happens in the country as well.
There is nothing preventing Congress from passing legislation tomorrow to admit the state of Washington Douglass Commonwealth other than partisanship, spurious and spacious arguments, and dog whistles, like the statement from a Republican senator that the new state, which would be majority black and brown, would not be, and I'm quoting, a well-rounded working-class state, end quote. I urge my colleagues to pass the D.C. state bill and to keep their hands off of D.C.
Will the gentlelady yield?
I yield to the gentleman from Maryland.
Thank you kindly, Ms. Norton. I just wanted to correct the record about this. Mr. Spies seemed to deny what I had asserted. I'd like to submit for the record the conciliation agreement in the matter of Right to Rise USA, which specifically says on page 4, Right to Rise USA violated 52 U.S.C. 30121A2 when its agent Neil Bush solicited a foreign national for a political contribution. Right to Rise USA violated 52 U.S.C. 30121A2 by accepting APIC's contributions. Respondents will cease and desist and will pay a civil penalty to the commission in the amount of $390,000. And this was signed for the respondents by you, Mr. Spies, on February 13th, 2019. Do you deny any of that?
I would be happy to explain if you'd like to give me more time.
Sure, and we can also explain it by entering into this, the record, how a Chinese-owned firm entered U.S. presidential politics August 3rd, 2016. Intercept, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection,
Thank
the gentleman may answer
Please.
the question.
What you just read is that somebody solicited, that the conciliation agreement agreed that Mr. Bush solicited a foreign national. And what that meant is that he spoke with the counsel of a foreign parent company about whether it was permissible for domestic money to be contributed. No foreign money was contributed to the super PAC.
No, it says you accepted APIC's contributions. If it was American money, why would you be entering into an agreement to embrace your own guilt in the matter?
I was the counsel for an organization that found it was better to conciliate than continue to litigate.
Okay, so you did plead guilty to it.
I didn't plead guilty, and
Well,
the
you
organization
admitted-
did not
The
plead guilty.
gentlelady's time is-
You are
Thank you.
misunderstanding how it works.
The gentleman yields back the gentlelady's time.